many others, comes from a tomb. What was that? Was that someone at the front door?
No, I don't think so.
I'll go and see.
All right. Just to make sure. Now you stay where you are. Don't move. Chris!
Christian! 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 Down! Down!
Now me. Bang, bang, bang. All gone. I took them.
When?
After you'd gone.
I...
I overheard you and Vera.
How?
It's all right, Chris. It'll be all right. Providing we tell the same story.
Madame Magny, you have sworn before God to tell the truth.
Yes,
And you will answer me these questions truthfully.
I'll try.
On what date did you enter Professor Canova's employ?
On the 14th of September last year.
And on what date did you first commit adultery with him?
The 20th of September last year.
6 days later.
That's right.
You had known him for 6 days?
No,
No?
7. I'd met him the day before I went to work.
Very well. You went to bed with Canova 7 days after you met him, 6 days after you entered his employ. Is that correct?
No,
What is wrong with it?
I didn't go to bed. It was on the couch in his study.
Let us turn to something which I hope you will find less of a subject for amusement. Your relations with the accused, Christian Magny. He proposed marriage to you on or about what date?
1st of October last year.
And you accepted him?
Yes,
Immediately?
yes.
Did you then or later tell him that you were Canova's mistress?
No,
Why not?
I didn't think he ought to know.
Oh, you didn't think he ought to know?
I didn't tell him I was pregnant either.
What, you were pregnant?
Yes,
By whom? By Canova?
no, by my previous boyfriend.
And did you continue to conceal your pregnancy?
No, I told Chris about it after a time. Well, I mean, I thought he'd be bound to notice it sooner or later.
You told him, and how did he react?
He was a saint.
You mean he acted in a spirit of Christian charity?
He said that I could go ahead and have the baby if I wanted to. That he would bring it up and look after it and love it as if it was his own.
He said that in so many words?
Oh, yes. I'll never forget them.
Let us turn to the day of the shooting. Your husband went out at 6:30,
Yes,
and had you arranged an assignation with Canova for after 6:30 that evening?
yes, for 7.
For 7.
It was too good a chance to miss.
A chance for adultery?
Yes,
But your husband came home to thwart your adulterous intentions.
yes.
Exactly what happened at this point? The point of your husband's return.
Well, Chris pushed past me, and he saw the professor half undressed. And the professor said, Chris, I know I've done wrong, but I can explain. And he broke off because Chris was opening the desk drawer and taking out his gun. And the professor said, "Please, Chris, don't." But Chris shot him. Well, he was in such a rage, I don't think anyone could have stopped him. And then he threw away the gun and burst into tears. And he said, "What have I done?"
Want to take a bet on it?
No.
I'll give you odds. 5 to 1.
No. I'd want to bet the same way as you.
Yeah. I'm afraid the company has lost that money.
Afraid so. But we might get it back later.
You think you can prove it was a plot?
I'd like to go on trying.
Even after a verdict of...
Not guilty.
Bear, I forgive you.
I forgive you both.
They're clever enough to put on a scene like this. They are too clever for us.
I suppose so.
Let's get back to Switzerland.
Naturally, we'll get a divorce.
You hope to marry Vera?
Of course, why not? There's no law against it.
It would arouse suspicion.
I've been tried and acquitted. They can't try me again.
Has she got the money?
I suppose so. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen her for some time, for obvious reasons.
I think I'd better go and see her.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Yes, I do. Morning, Madeleine.
She's waiting to see you. Hello, my dear.
Hello.
Do sit down.
Thank you.
Madeleine. And how are you?
Very well, thank you.
After your ordeal in the witness box.
Was I all right?
You were splendid. Bring us some tea, would you, Madeleine, unless you prefer...
No. Tea would be nice.
Tea? Yes, madame. I gathered that you knew our plans. Knew exactly what we were going to do.
Yes.
How did you know? Forgive me.
I had the apartment bugged.
Ah, and heard our...
Rehearsal. Yes.
Yes.
I made a tape recording of it.
Which no doubt you've kept.
Yes, I have.
I may as well tell you that the insurance company have paid out. In full. But if you're hoping to blackmail me for some of that money, you're in for a disappointment.
Oh?
Tape recordings are infinitely copyable. If I paid you for one copy, a month later I'd have to pay you for another copy. So on and so on forever. No. My nerves are as strong as yours. And you can't give me away without giving yourself away. You're a conspirator. In a conspiracy to murder, same as me.
That's true.
You'd get life, same as I would.
Also true.
So you have no power over me. You can't do a thing.
However, I'm sure there's a however.
Are you?
quite sure.
However, you've been useful. I think you deserve something for that. It seems to me 200,000 francs. French francs, of course, would be reasonable.
As a down payment.
You're going to be greedy.
Do you think I let Paul die for 200,000 francs?
How much do you want?
Do you think I let him die for money?
For money? And what else?
We'll have to see what happens, won't we?
It's agreed then. The money.
Agreed. Oh, there's one thing I should mention. In case you're thinking of having me killed.
Oh?
I mean, you do have people killed sometimes.
Go on.
I've deposited with a well-known solicitor the tapes, a sworn statement, and a copy of my will. All to be opened immediately if I die. For any reason.
Oh.
And all setting out the whole story.
Thank you, Madeleine. I think we could both do with a cup of tea. Milk or lemon?
Milk, please.
Sugar?
No, thank you. It's fattening.
And you're such a careful girl.
Yes, I am.
How's Christian? You do see him, I suppose.
He's all right. Got any message for him?
No. No, I don't think so. What's more important to me is how you are.
What did she say?
Nothing much.
But what?
Well, we discussed the divorce.
And?
I think I've changed my mind.
About what?
Divorce. I don't think it's a good idea.
What? But we agreed.
Yes, I know. I've changed my mind.
No, you've got to divorce me. Well, let me divorce you.
All right. Why?
So that I can marry Vera.
Oh, didn't I tell you? Oh,
What?
I am sorry. Vera asked me to tell you, but must have slipped my mind.
Tell me what?
Well, she thanks you for everything that you have done for her in the past. And she thinks that from now on, she can manage all right without you.
What?
That was the message she asked me to give you.
No, I don't believe it.
Oh, why not? She's got the money. She's got no problems. Except if I die.
You told her about the tapes in the will?
Oh, yes, I told her. So now she knows she's got to keep me alive. So have you.
I've been tried and acquitted.
Of murder, but not of conspiracy. You get life for that, same as she would. Now look at it sensibly, Chris. She deserves the money. She's worked hard for it. His first wife, and then his son, and then his secretary. Or did you help her with those deaths too? Well, she's got what she wants, and it's not you.
No.
Where are you going?
To phone her.
Oh, she said you weren't to ring her, in case they're bugging the line.
No. I have done whatever I have done for the love of her.
Yes, I know.
It's not possible. It's not possible that she can throw me away,
No,
not after all that.
It's not possible, but it's perfectly true. I'm going to keep you with me to amuse me. Oh, by the way, I told Chris that you were managing all right without him. Wasn't that what you said? Or rather, implied?
You told him rather sooner than I was going to, that's all. How did he take it?
He went out of his mind. I was right. You don't care for him, do you?
Christian is one of life's losers.
Yes.
I prefer people who take whatever life has to offer. Like you.
And you?
Yes. We're two of a kind. I don't much care for men, do you?
Oh, yes. I like them.
Really? I find them silly.
Hello, stranger.
Hello.
Come in.
Thank you.
See, you remember the way.
I'm so sorry I didn't come and see you sooner.
I did rather wonder what
Well,
it...
just to thank you.
Oh, that's all right. Quite all right. Will you have a drink now that you're here?
Please.
Gin?
Lovely. It must have seemed terribly rude after you've been so kind. I do feel I owe you a great deal for your discretion. Honestly, I do.
Well, if you'd really like to thank me,
Oh, I would.
have dinner with me one night soon.
I'd love to.
We'll go out of the town, somewhere miles away, out in the country.
In your car?
Yes.
That'd be lovely.
Bear, I'm off.
Bye. See you tonight. Oh, no, I shan't.
Shan't what?
I shan't see you tonight. You have to get your own supper. I've got a date.
What?
I'm going to dinner with a friend out in the country.
Who?
Don't know his name.
Are you going in his car?
Oh, yes.
Well, I hope he's a good driver.
Oh, why? Oh, because you don't want me to get killed. Chris, how sweet of you. Don't wait up for me, will you? I don't know what time I'll be back.
Hello?
Hello. Could I speak to Monsieur Magny, please?
Mrs. Manny, who's that?
Good evening. This is the emergency service of the General Hospital, Fossés-sur-Seine.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I'm sorry, I can't speak any louder. I don't want her to hear. This is to tell you that your wife has been involved in a car crash. She's in a critical condition, and she may not last out the night. She's in room 12, the Hôtel Lambert, Fossés-sur-Seine.
Hello.
Someone's just phoned to say that Bear's had a car crash. She may not last the night. She's at a hotel in the country.
Who's just rung you?
I'm going there now. Where is it?
What's that?
It's my husband, I expect. I haven't the faintest idea what you're doing here, but I hope you're not going to commit any more murders. Would you please leave me alone with my friend? I'll be home sometime in the morning.
I'm sorry.
Hello?
I didn't ring you from the hotel. I was too shattered.
What do you mean?
It was all a hoax.
I don't know what you're worried about. Is it that tape I made of your conversation with Bella? It's quite safe. I've got it here. Have some soup.
No thanks.
You'll like it.
What's the tape in? A cassette?
Yes, why? Have some soup. What are you doing? Come and have some soup. You'll enjoy it. It's from a new recipe. With a new flavoring. More?
Vera, it's Christiana. Look, I've got to see you. I've got to see you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Are you torturing Christian?
Yes, I have been. Only because he was made to be tortured.
Be such a waste not to.
Exactly.
We must get you a fur coat. I saw one the other day. It'd be just the thing for you.
You're really too kind.
Not at all. I love spending money.
It's a fairy tale.
Fairy tale come true. Suppose you're going to go on torturing Christian.
I don't know. It's no fun when it's so easy.
So what do you think you'll do?
I can't make up my mind. I really can't. Hello? Could I speak to Dr. Courant, please?
In.
Madame Magny.
Great pleasure to meet you, madame. If you're going to sit down, tell me all about it.
Well, you're doing very well, aren't you, Claude?
Good God, it's Bayer.
Yes, that's right.
Well, how are you after all these years?
It's only 2.5.
Is it? So much has happened. How are you anyway?
I'm very well, thank you.
Then forgive me, why have you come to see me?
As an old friend. A dear old friend.
I'm sorry, Bayer, it's absolutely out of the question. Let's talk about something else.
You must be doing terribly well coming to places like this.
Not bad.
Do you bring all your female patients to dinner here?
Only the beautiful ones.
And your consulting rooms. They didn't come cheap.
They cost the earth.
I don't know how you can afford it all.
Neither can I. Have some more champagne.
Lovely.
To your wonderful eyes.
To your success.
I hope.
You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Needing money. Everybody does. Except me, I suppose. I came into a lot of money last year through an aunt of mine. I'm lucky. I try to help people who are less lucky than I am.
troubled you.
Hello. What are you doing out of bed?
Where have you been?
At a friend's.
Well, the next time you decide to do that, would you mind warning me? So that I don't spend half the night driving myself mad with worry.
As you like.
I've been ringing all the hospitals.
I think this one's absolutely you.
Do you?
You must let me give it to you.
But you've given me so much already.
It's more pleasure to me than anything else. I'll have that one.
Yes, my love. You've bought enough now. You really must stop.
Maybe. Let's look at the others.
I'm tired.
Oh, my poor dear. Would you rather we go?
Yes, I think so.
Of course.
Oh, do you know, I'm so tired I can hardly stand up.
Aren't you getting up? It's 9 o'clock.
I don't feel like getting up.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. I feel tired. Terribly tired.
You don't want me to get the doctor, do you?
You sound as if you were afraid of what the doctor might say.
Afraid? Why should I be afraid?
She's not well. Do you think we ought to get a doctor?
What do you mean she's not well?
She says she's terribly tired.
Don't believe a word she says. And don't get a doctor. Get me. You sure you feel strong enough for walking?
Yes, of course. Why?
I heard you weren't well.
Who told you that? Christian?
Yes? Well, I think it's quite safe for him to talk to me now. Police have enough new murders to keep them amused. Seriously, how are you?
Seriously, not well. Tiredness, lack of appetite.
The whole thing is to have strong nerves. For me, not for you. You'll be well again when you want to be.
Wish I could believe that.
You will, when you see it has no effect on me. Of course, it may have an effect on Christian. His nerves are not strong. Weak as water. Weak as glass. Not like mine.
Chris! Chris!
What's the matter?
I feel sick. I'm going to vomit.
Wish you didn't eat anything all day. Bear? Bear? Is there anything I can do? Bear?
I tell you, it's all her own doing. She's lying, that's all, the same as she did in the courtroom.
I think I ought to get a doctor, though.
Oh, get who you damn well like. It doesn't make any difference.
Well, what is it?
Difficult to say. In fact, I don't mind admitting I'm rather perplexed. If it goes on like this much longer, we shall have to have a blood analysis. Just in case.
In case? In case of what? In case you've got some incurable disease?
Perhaps.
Where are you going?
I'm getting out of bed.
But you're ill.
Maybe, but I'm going out.
Well, what did the doctor say? Oh, is she? Well, I'll be waiting for her. Morning, my dear.
Morning, Val.
How are you?
Not so well.
Positively ill, would you say?
Yes, I think so.
That's all pretending, isn't it?
What?
Lying, just to frighten us.
Do you think that?
I think that, and I'm not frightened.
Well, you may not be frightened, but I am.
What are you frightened of?
I'm afraid it might be leukocythemia. My mother had it. She died at 30. It's a sort of cancer of the blood. You don't believe me, do you?
No,
I'm not surprised. They didn't believe my mother either till she was dying.
I won't believe you either. Till then.
Well, I'd take the same attitude. I told you I didn't know what was going to happen. Funny, isn't it? They say that if I've got it, leukocythemia, there's only one thing that'll do me any good, and that's for people to be especially nice to me.
Aren't I already?
It just occurred to me what I want you to do.
And what's that?
Sack Madeline.
Certainly, my dear. For any particular reason?
She's too familiar for a servant. That'd do.
Or is she being punished because she spied on you?
Whatever you like, I don't care.
Or is it just to demonstrate your power over
I
me?
told you I don't care. Have I got power over you?
What do you think?
I think you don't know whether I'm ill or not. But you better play safe.
That's about it.
I don't really want you to sack her.
Yes, you do. And I understand. I will.
It's true. She's seeing this doctor, Dr. Foray. He's very well known. He's taken blood tests.
Well, I hope he gives the right answer.
You worry too? I am.
I'm worried not about her illness. I'm worried that she's being cleverer than we are.
No, Vera, she's a nice girl. She's honest and truthful.
Christ!
Do you want tea, madame?
No, I want cognac.
Oh, madame. What? There's no cognac.
Why not?
Well, you finished the last bottle yesterday and we haven't got any more yet.
Well, get some more. Go out and buy some more. That's what you're here for.
All right, but it's a hell of a job keeping up with you these days.
You can't do your job. You're fired.
Don't bother. I'm going.
Well, Madame, your letter from Dr. Laporte is couched in such vague and generalized terms that it could equally well mean anything or nothing. However, following the laboratory tests and following my examination of you, I must tell you frankly that there's nothing wrong with you. Absolutely nothing. I can only assume that you are one of these hypochondriacs who take their pleasure in wasting other people's time. So you give this back to your doctor, and if he or your husband or anybody else wants to know, you're as strong as a horse. Good day to you.
Thank you, Doctor.
What did he say?
Let's go. I can't tell you here.
Bear. You can tell me here, for God's sake, what did he say to you?
What's radiation treatment?
Well, what did he say?
She's got to have radiation treatment.
Foray said that. You mean he's on your side, too? Right, let's go.
Well, it can't be too awful.
I hope it isn't for your sake.
I just wanted you to drive because I might feel a bit feeble afterwards. You don't have to come in with me if you don't want to.
I'll wait in the car if that's all right with you.
Yes, quite all right.
You sure you don't mind?
No, I don't mind. I don't see any reason why you should suffer as well as me.
I'm not very good at other people's suffering.
Well, goodbye. I'll be back as soon as I can. I should think it takes about half an hour.
Fine. Good luck, darling. Darling, how do you feel?
Not too bad. A bit shaken.
Poor darling.
They told me. 3%. What chance have I got? 3%.
Good afternoon.
Could I see Madame Cannon, please? Look, it's all right. I'm a friend of hers. And that's what they told her, of her so young.
And beautiful. And good.
Yes.
Christian, you do know the whole idea of this thing.
The whole idea of what?
She's doing all this just to torture you. And me. But I'm not so easy to torture.
You're not trying to say she's making all this up?
Yes.
Listen, she's seen one doctor after another. Her GP, a hematologist, the hospital. What more do you want? Do you think she's got the whole medical profession in her pocket?
I'll take those. Wait for me in the car.
Yes, madam. Vera?
I've come to see your invalid.
Of course.
And how is she?
She's no better, I'm afraid.
Of course. What did you expect?
Chris? I heard voices. Who is it?
Vera.
Oh, I'd like to see her.
And here I am. Good morning, Bear.
Good morning, Vera.
I bought you these roses.
Oh, thank you. How lovely.
I don't need to ask you how you are. I've heard all about it already from someone who's been suffering more than you have.
That's not fair, Vera.
Leave us alone. You know, I admire you for your cleverness and your subtlety. I don't entirely admire you for your malice. I find it rather petty.
Malice is too weak a word.
What should we call it, then? Spite?
What's the word for what you feel when you hear two people plotting to kill you? Vengeance? Desire for revenge? Do you find that petty?
No. But I find that one person at least isn't worthy of your elaborate machinery of revenge.
He was the one who was going to kill me. 3 bullets. Bang, bang, bang.
You consider me less worthy?
Oh, no. You were the one who told him to do it.
What is it then? An eye for an eye? Death for a death?
Something like that. At first, I didn't believe Chris would do it. But when I saw him shoot Paul, that death made the others inevitable.
I don't think so.
Don't you?
My dear, you frightened Christian. But you'll never succeed in frightening me.
Take your flowers for your own funeral. I'll see you in hell.
I think you ought to go.
Goodbye, my dear. I hope you start to feel better. At least I hope you start to behave better.
I didn't much like your behavior.
And you were going to shoot her.
Yes, I know.
And now you're in love with her.
I just don't want to see her die.
Christian, you're a fool. You were always a fool, but now you're being even more of one than ever. Listen to me.
No. No, never again. Never, never, never again. Never. Would you like anything to eat or drink, darling?
No, thanks. I think the best thing would be for me to commit suicide, rather than this dying by degrees.
But
Are you still worried about my will and the tapes?
yes.
When I'm dead, what does it matter to me?
Bear? Bear, I'm home. Bear? 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 God, Bear? Bear?
Chris, I'm sorry.
I deserve it. I deserve it.
Chris, I promise I'll destroy my will. And all the tapes, everything. On one condition. On condition that you don't tell Vera. Chris, listen. I'll destroy those tapes. Honest, I will.
If you burnt them in front of my eyes, I wouldn't believe you. Why should I? You're not to be believed.
Chris. Chris, this is Dr. Courant. He knows all about my illness, and he's going to tell you the truth. The truth. Do you hear?
Monsieur Magny, I've known your wife for some time. I'm a friend of hers. Some time ago, she came to me and she told me that you wanted to divorce her. But she didn't want you to. And she had the idea of pretending to be ill so that you'd feel sorry for her and wouldn't leave her. So between us, we cooked up this story of her having leukocythemia.
Chris, you heard what the doctor said? It's true. I swear it's true.
You give me hope and then you take it away. You let out the line and then you reel it in. It's all done to make me frightened. You don't want my death. You want me alive and afraid. Well, I am afraid. What more do you want? What more do you want?
There, Chris. Go to sleep. Go to sleep now, Chris. Go to sleep.
You tortured him right up to the end, I suppose. Up to the point where death was preferable to a continuation of the torture?
I must suppose it was.
You can't torture me.
I'm going away. I'll need some money. Will you give me some?
I hope that's as much as you'll need.
You're very kind.
I'm kind because I like you. Because I hope you'll be kind.
Perhaps.
At least you'll let me write to you while you're gone.
Oh, yes.
Little Sisters of Charity. What is it? Clinic? Nursing home?
Well, I suppose you could call it a sort of rest home. It's completely cut off from the world. No visitors, no telephones.
Can't I come and see you sometimes?
You have to write for permission. They're very strict about it.
Just letters?
Just letters. And not too many of those, either. One of the specialists recommended it.
You're not still keeping up this fiction that you're ill.
I'll prove it to you one day, in a way that even you can't doubt.
Not suicide. Suicide's for weaklings.
No, not suicide.
Madame Manier?
Yes. Thank you.
Well, I'll say goodbye to you here.
Goodbye, Vera. Thank you for bringing me.
Goodbye. And good luck.
This way.
Good afternoon, Madame Mantis.
Good afternoon, Monsieur Dubray. You guarantee discretion?
Oh, the Little Sisters have a record of absolute discretion.
Good.
They will forward any letters to you immediately, and they will forward any letters from you to wherever you want.
Splendid.
So it only remains for you to give me the address or addresses for the Little Sisters to forward your letters to.
Oh, it's the normal address.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not going away. You're going to take me home.
Dear Bear, I hope you're well. I'm coming to visit you on Friday the 14th. My dear Bear, I wrote to you before but have had no reply. I came to see you today, but they wouldn't let me in. I implore you, my dear Bear, please let me know how you are.
I'm so sorry they wouldn't let you see me. But I've been feeling dreadfully weak. So weak.
Will you do me the honor, mademoiselle?
Yes, thank you. So crowded in here.
The students, behaving as students always do.
Are you one?
No, alas.
Why, alas?
Well, I too was once a gay, carefree, lazy, good-for-nothing like them.
And now?
No, I'm a lecturer and a responsible, respectable member of society. What will you have?
Do respectable members of society buy drinks for strange women?
If they've got any sense, they do. What will it be?
Pernod, please.
A Pernod and another Ricard for me.
I used to be married to a lecturer.
Oh,
Yes, perhaps you knew him. Christian Magny.
I didn't know him. I've heard of him, of course. You're not wearing a wedding ring.
I'm trying to remember but forget. You know what I mean?
Remember the good things.
Yes. It was in this cafe that we first met.
Young lecturer buying a drink for a strange woman.
Sort of.
What a marvelous example for a lecturer to set to another one. No longer strange woman.
Not strange at all.
I want to become familiar with every part of you.
You're not doing badly.
I haven't kissed the middle of your back yet. Done that. What else haven't I done? Your knees. The backs of your knees.
That makes everything.
I shall have to start with your mouth all over again.
Do you believe in elective affinities?
I believe in anything. What are they?
It's my subject. European literature. Goethe wrote a novel called Elective Affinities.
Mm-hmm. What are they?
It's a way of describing us.
Darling Bear, would it be possible for you to let me have power of attorney on your behalf? Simply in case of an emergency.
What's that? Fan mail?
Yes, you're right. Circular bill. And 2 readdressed.
They might be important.
They're not. I know who they're from.
Yes?
I have a friend here, Madame Magny. I should like to see her, please.
Sorry, no visitors.
But I must see her.
Sorry, Madame Magny is getting weaker. She's not allowed any visitors.
But surely her old friend. Her oldest friend.
No, no relatives, no friends.
But I've simply got to see her.
Madame Magny is getting weaker. Now you turn round and walk away quietly back to your car.
Bear! Bear! Where are you? It's Vera! Bear! 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 Bear!
The sisters were rather upset.
Would you apologize to the sisters for my friend's behavior? And ask them to give the same message to anyone who comes.
You're getting weaker.
Weaker. And weaker. And weaker.
They seem to imply that you were dying. Can this be true? It is true. Please forgive me. Please, if you can, forgive my earlier crime. Your life may be doomed. I beg you to spare mine.
Same as usual, just for throwing away.
Why don't you want to read them?
All right. You read it if you think they're so interesting.
You understand, I'm curious about everything to do with you. And I can't believe the letters to you could be boring.
Read one and see. Well? Now throw it away.
Why?
Because I ask you to.
Now tell me what it's all about, because I ask you to.
Vera's a friend of mine. She lives in a fantasy world. She's always imagining things like me dying and so on. I don't read her letters. They distress me too much.
And what's this power of attorney she's talking about?
I don't know. One of her fantasies, I suppose.
I'm sorry.
Never mind. We won't talk about it again. Or about her.
Alice!
Yes, madame?
Bring me another bottle of cognac.
Yes, madame, the same kind.
Same kind or any other kind.
Will madame be having any dinner?
No, I shall not. Next question.
I beg your pardon, madame.
Nothing. Just bring me the cognac.
Yes, madame.
How are you, Madame Magny?
I'm very well, thank you. And you?
Oh, fine. Some time since we had the pleasure of meeting.
Yes.
You wish to change your will, perhaps?
No. I just wanted to tell you... This is going to sound silly.
No, no.
Not to be surprised if you read the announcement of my death in the paper tomorrow.
Your death?
It won't be true. It's just a joke I'm playing on a friend of mine.
And you want to withdraw in cash the whole...
Yes.
Hello? Who?
Oh, Madame Canaver. Good morning. What can I do for you?
Yes. I'll tell the little sisters not to bother any longer. You're dead. They can cross you off their books. Oh, and may I thank you on their behalf?
Not at all. And if I have any friends who wish to see him dead?
If you would recommend us.
I will indeed.
Monsieur Richter. Come in, Monsieur Richter. Come in and have a drink with me. I wasn't expecting you till this afternoon when all this would have been finished. You come just in time to catch me in the act.
I happen to be here on other business for the company.
Have a drink.
I will join you very gladly.
Cognac?
Yes, please.
We pour our own.
Thank you. Your health, madame.
And the health of your great company.
Thank you.
£14,500,000. All but what I've spent. I wanted you to see the ashes of it. But you've come early. You can see the last of it turn into ashes. Which is all it ever was, for all the good it did anyway. No, that's not true. I had great pleasure out of some things it did for me. My clothes. My beautiful car. Have you ever had a car with a uniformed chauffeur and a cocktail cabinet?
No. I drive myself.
So do I sometimes. So exciting.
So that is the last of the Canaver insurance money.
You don't seem very concerned.
Oh, it's no personal loss to me. But I suppose the company can afford it.
Don't talk like that when I worked so long and so hard to earn it.
Oh, I beg your pardon, madame.
When I used all my talents and all my brain power. All my beauty and all my charm.
Which are very considerable.
Thank you. See, I can bear the thought that they're wasted. But I couldn't bear the thought they'd been wasted for a thing of no importance.
I know it's not what you're used to.
I like it.
But I'm paying, and it's within my price range.
I like it. Really, I do.
Because I want you to get used to it. My paying and my price range.
Darling, what on earth are you talking about?
My paying and my price range. It's very important. I mean, if you were a girl who insisted on being taken to expensive places...
Well, if I were...
I'd think twice about marrying you, even if we were elective affinities, as we are.
Would you say that again?
But since you like this kind of place, I don't have to think twice.
Do you mean you want to marry me?
I am going to marry you, whether you like it or not.
Yes, I like it. I like it very much.
Then I should have to kiss you.
Yes, please.
I think we ought to have champagne. If they have champagne here, which I doubt.
Oh, your price range?
Oh, that. We'll start that tomorrow. Today's for celebration. Champagne!
Hey, maybe I ought to tell her I'm not in the deaths at all. I'm in the marriages.
We only started to live today, didn't we?
Yes.
We were born again.
Yes.
So maybe we should be in the births.
And everything that happened
Happened at
before
all?
never
Never
happened
happened
at
at
all.
That's right.
Let's drink to that.
Sure. The extinction of the past.
The extinction of the past.
stop ringing and leave me in peace. Peace? Anyway, shut up. Shut up, I said.
I beg your pardon, madame. Shall I answer the telephone?
Tell them to go away. Hello?
Hello, Vera?
No, this is her maid.
Oh, could I speak to her, please? It's Bea. Bea Magny.
It's a Bea Magny. Do you want to speak to her?
What? Who?
She said Bea. Bea Magny.
Hello?
Hello, Vera. It's Bea Magny.
Where are you speaking from? The grave?
No, I'm not dead. It was a joke I played on you.
You were right about my illness. It wasn't real. I made it all up.
But listen, Vera, what I'm really ringing to tell you is that I'm getting married. And I am so happy.
I'm so happy. I'm going to give you the will and the tapes and everything because what's past is past. It never, ever happened.
Vera? I'm not joking this time. No, I mean it. Really, I do.
I'm sorry, Mayor. It's just that it's very funny.
Listen, Vera. Listen, the tapes and so on are at my lawyer's. Now, let's meet there as soon as we can, and I'll give you everything. You can do what you like with it.
The address is Maître Chardouin, 9 Rue de Thiers.
Okay? And we'll meet there as soon as we can. Yes? Bye.
Done it?
Yes. Oh. Listen, I'm going to my lawyer's.
Right.
To see Vera and extinguish the past.
Want me to come?
No, you wait here. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Cafe in the corner?
Right.
I'll order another bottle.
Yes, I'll be back as soon as I can.
One last kiss.
Oh. Yeah.
And one more.
No.
And one more.
No. Yeah, I'll be back in half an hour.
Just in case.
Oh.
Just one last kiss.
You said that before.
I don't think so. One.
Oh, well. Now, that really is all.
Really?
Really.
Goodbye, then.
Oh, bye. Oh.
I shall want lots of kisses when you come back.
Oh, you'll get them. Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm to meet Madame Magny here.
Oh, I'm afraid Madame Magny's not here yet.
I'll wait.
Well, I'm sure she'll be here very soon. I have all her things ready for her here. Won't you take a seat?
No, thank you. I'll stand.